number 1. Green flag about to drop for a 8-lap journey for our Holden and Gemini Driver 2 race this morning. As we get ready to do battle for 8 laps. Green flag. Wine dropped, away we go. As I said, fairly squarely paced across the line, but it was Scriven on the inside. Great start on the outside by Benny Simpson. Simpson loomed up on the outside of Rangeley fairly quickly, but couldn't get the job done. Scott Endrisk doing a good job as well, sitting behind in the Harvey's towing car. And there's that car of Corey Willis. Well, Willis's Gemini very much on the money as it has been all weekend. They go long down the back. The big legs of the car of Simpson's straight past the outside of Rangeley or Jarvis, whoever's driving, and down into turn number 3 for the first time. Look at his pace. Cover him on the right, run on the outside. Covering themselves as they exited, but at this stage, this car, Scriven's got way too much pace on. As they get themselves sorted out, looking further down the pack, you can see them all streaming into turn number 4 now for the first time. 1 gear change. No, don't never get back to anything else but second gear for the Kiwis here. Third and sometimes second for our Geminis, primarily third gear. Here's a challenge for the lead down the inside. Can't get the job done. And Simpson's car is a bit of contact out on the exit of the corner. And Scrivener and Simpson are going at it early on. This is lap 1 of 8. This is only going to hot up between these guys. The fastest part of the racetrack now, a race leader out in front, running on these Kenda tyres. And look at Rangeley or Jarvis at the wheel of this car. They are under siege from the car of Endrisk, and this is on. Fair few changes further back in the pack. Coming through the field, it's Goldfinch as well. He's moving well through the field, just out of shot in fact. Nice exit, nice head-on shot there too. You can see how wide they take the track, and they sort of roll across into that entrance of the the crossover there to let the car's momentum keep coming. Ranger's got back on the inside here, should be able to outbrake him into turn 4. Give him some racing room. They go side by side in the corner. They try to land on each other. Runs it wide. That was never going to work. Hasn't backed off though. So Jarvis at the wheel, possibly, in the Rangeley car, down into turn number 6. And there's Goldfinch coming through. Oh, there's a problem. Oh no, car number 5. That is the car of Mitchell and Manchurful. And it's probably Manchurful at the wheel, because I think Mitchell was at the wheel yesterday. She was. So that'll be Manchurful at the wheel today. She has got that car parked up on the crossover. Will take no further part in today's racing. Back to front with this battle here again. This is a battle for third. And Rangeley Jarvis car so quick off the turn. Car starting to move around. Up into the draft. Can't get any closer than that. In fact, he's probably bump drafting the whole way down the back. No, just a little gap. Pulls out of the draft to try and get the slingshot. That didn't work. Needed to stay long and playing a bit of peekaboo at the moment, diving in and out of the mirrors. As to make your way down, Goldfinch has arrived. Goldfinch is there, and he is definitely starting to show some pace early on. Been a while for this weekend. In fact, not sure who's driving with Goldfinch, whether we actually know at this stage. Unfortunately, as we said, the guys haven't given us their co-driver list. The only one who has, in fact, has been our Hyundai competitors, the guys from the Kima Cup. The only one's given that. Mr. Jones joins us again. Mark?
No, we do have the Prod Sports as well.
Oh, Prod Sports? Right.
Yeah, we just don't have the 1970s Holdens.
Yeah, the classics, not plastics entries.
Yeah.
So having said that, absolute crackerjack performance here from. I'm pretty sure this is Jarvis at the wheel.
Yes, Ash Jarvis is driving the number 10 car in this race.
Times
with Nick Girdlestone, I believe, at the wheel of the number 8 HQ.
Well, that will make sense. Well, there's Girdlestone. That would make total sense. In fact, that Nick is probably been a long time Speedway competitor, a long time HQ competitor, and him and Scrivener got. In fact,
well, it's Nick's old car.
Yeah. I mean, this is the point. He knows the car fairly well. In fact, he's spending a lot of time running around with late model Speedway cars at the moment. In fact, he took out the Thunder Series last year in the Queensland Championship, so he had a cracker year last year and is the reigning Queensland number 1. So well done, and beat the much fancied Botcha Race Parts car of Darren Kane.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
So again, this little battle is intense, but nothing we thought from it. He keeps having a look at him. The long shot shows you how close they are.
So yeah, as you can see, well, we've got the 4 and the 1 on screen there. So I don't know who's co-driving with Scott Andrisk.
No.
Oh, hang on, no, of course I do, because Ben Simpson was driving the car. Oh, no, sorry.
We don't know, because there's too much variation that we could only assume unless we really know.
Yeah, I was wrong there, because Ben Simpson was driving the 69 car yesterday, not the 4 car.
Yep.
Ben will be in the 31 car this morning that John Carter drove yesterday, which has had a new front bolted onto it after the big accident with Greg Chesterfield yesterday.
It feels fairly close today. A couple of co-drivers this morning struggling fairly well back in the pack. They're not as quick. This battle here, though, has been a cracker from the get-go. Now, who's driving with... we're not sure who's driving with Corey Willis today. But
yes, we do. It's Brendan Strong.
But this battle with in Sam Rangeley's car.
Yeah, Brendan Strong versus Nick Rangeley.
Yeah, so Nick's in. That's why this car's going wide is going now. So
Sam's within a second of her father's pace these days.
I mean, the reigning Queensland number 1 doing such a great job out there in driving the second of his cars. It just proves the fact how quick this car is. Sam's been on the money too. She's really developed as a driver.
Well, that's a fairly quick car in front of them.
Down the outside.
Car. Yeah, well, there you go.
And got it done.
Oh, but. Yeah, no, you're right there, Wesley. I thought Brendan would be able to get back under brakes, but no. Strong loses the position. Brendan's not had a lot of laps lately because they've moved up to the Kumo V8 Touring Car Series at national level, and they don't get to race that car as often as they would like.
And you wouldn't think there was any drive out on the outside of the racetrack there, but he found it. Great run. We are less than 3 laps away from a checkered flag, Jonesy, and the pace of these guys has been very consistent, all in the 35s, all sitting there. And in fact, the front 4 guys are all running around. So this is testimony how good this field is. There's about 2 seconds across 10, 1 second and a half across 10 cars at the moment. Race leaders back out front.
Yes. Well, they're still out front. And we see Jarvis chasing Scott Andriski. That's the battle for 3rd position. We see they're just in the brief distance ahead of them, the 2 cars battling for the lead. And there they are. There's Girdlestone versus Simpson. Now, you wouldn't have thought, looking at the number 31 car at the end of yesterday's racing, that they'd be out for the weekend. But no, they've done sterling work to repair the 31 car overnight. And Ben Simpson's demonstrating out there today just how good the repair job was to be right on Nick Girdlestone's hammer for the run up towards turn 6.
We've got some timing information that's going to become available to us here over the weekend, folks. We're working on that now for you. We're going to be able to throw the timing monitor into the mix of the broadcast as well pretty shortly. That's taken a little bit of work to be able to do. It's not an easy job. get the both systems to marry and also be able to get the data to be readable too. So there's been a fair bit of work going on. Our guys next door are working very, very hard to make sure you guys have got what you need to.
Huge thumbs up to them.
You get a preview. You've had a couple of little previews already at a couple of screens that give you a grid, but this is a different look at it altogether. So this will be a great look. It's actually good for us too because we can actually see a timing monitor a little bit easier that way for us as well. So that being the case, look at this now. Again.
So there's the two battles for first and third, and Ash Jarvis gets underneath Scott Andresk using the superior braking of the Gemini because it's a much lighter car. Although
it'd be starting, unfortunately, the HQ will be starting to hurt tyres and brakes now because as just the nature of the beast, the fact it's half a tonne heavier.
Yeah, although on races this short, you would perhaps hope that the tyres wouldn't be an issue. Brakes,
the Gemini's gone more of a race-bred rubber with what they're running, whereas the Kenda is more a road-based tyre, which is buffed out.
This is how the because when describing this race, people often wonder how Geminis can be competitive with HQs. Well, primarily it's the weight difference, but the Geminis do have a better racing tyre as well, so it all helps. And so Nick Girdlestone crosses the start-finish line as our race leader with Ben Simpson in second place, and then we have Ashley Jarvis in third ahead of Scott Andreski's co-driver, and then Brian Goldfinch's co-driver, followed by Alan Shuttlewood's co-driver, and then we have Nick Rangeley and Brendan Strong, the Warren Parker's co-driver. Then we have, well, I'm not sure who's in the car that Tim Boyle was racing yesterday, because the car looks like Derek Riceley's, but I don't think it is. I'm confusing a couple of cars there, but well, back with the leaders here on screen, and Girdlestone leading Ben Simpson in the number 31 HQ. Then we've got Ashley Jarvis in the electronic investigations and repairs Gemini, and he's leading the Harvey's towing car of Scott Andreski or whoever's driving the number 4. Head up the hangar straight. There's a few, there's a dirt cloud there at turn 3, and that's been kicked up by a blue coloured car. I think it's, checkered flag is out. They're coming to the line now, so Girdlestone will get the win here, and that will stand the number 8 car in a very strong grid position. Ben Simpson crosses the line in second place to much improve their grid spot. Ash Jarvis is third, and that's exactly what their race program called for this weekend, to add to Nick Rangeley's 4th place in the number 10 yesterday. Scott Andreski's car is finished 4th ahead of the Goldfinch car. Then Nick Rangeley is 6th in his daughter Samantha's car. Shuttlewood, Brendan Strong, Warren Parker, Tim Boyle, Maury Hook, Jimmy Menteifel. Then we've got the number 69 car. Joe Andreski's in a bit of strife there. The number 69 Kingswood misbehaving a bit. Then we've got Mark Menteifel in the car that he's sharing with Gary Bonwick. Wayne Back crosses the line in 15th position in the car that he's sharing with his father Peter. And they're the last car home. We've got just as I say that, the number 18 HQ of, that'll be Steve Campbell actually in the number 18 car, who's just crossed the line. That's the Noel Cunnington car. Now there's dramas has befallen the Levitt family car. I didn't see Mark Levitt come out for that race, and we've got that will be Caden Menteifel, who's parked over there at the Dipper. So we'll take a break at this point as we pop up on screen briefly, and break time now.